Fall in love with your home. How to find interior solutions that work for you without wasting time or money. My goal is to assist you in creating your best home. A home can become a battlefield where we often dump the everyday with little or no time to sort it, because no one wants to dig into stuff that just hangs around. I have again and again helped people find their way out of their own maze. Your home can be your best supporter or be in constant fight with you. Don't allow that. Let me show you instead in a few simple steps how to get started implementing changes to give your home the edge it needs to support your dreams and aspirations. Together we'll find the best solutions for you. For example, the entrance of a home is the first greeting point. Make it inspiring so it brings a smile to the face when coming home. It'll for sure make a difference to the quality of your everyday life. It's a good thing to be curious, right? And because you're curious, you're here. So let's explore what can be done for your home to be truly at its best, supporting you and your gang. I like to speak about some fundamentals one should take into account. They are relevant to all spaces, all styles, and all budgets. Let me introduce myself. My name is Christina and I'm the original co-founder of Scandium, a design emporium that set the task promoting the heritage of the masters of Scandinavian design. Amongst other, I used to run much of the creative content during my time with the company. But besides this, I regularly support people in their quest to find solutions for their homes, to help them choose investments to last a lifetime and longer. But today I'm here for you, sharing some ideas of what I've learned through the years, helping people making their dreams come true. What we invest in should last, reflecting our values, creating a place where we like to belong. We all want to belong, which is a vital aspect for our well-being. But one thing is paramount of everything for me right now, and that is to help you express your dreams. It's the most important task to focus on here. We all have dreams, and space is one vehicle to support that ambition. Through the years, I've done a lot of things right, I'm glad to say, with a prime focus on adding confidence to space. Space is often held too neutral, or the opposite is true, it's too unstructured. Both, oddly enough, make a home visually challenging. Both these opposites are zapping energy from the people who live there. So, before one starts with a project, one of the most important tasks is to set a storyline. A home is a reflection of its owner. Everyone has a story. What story do you want to tell? Find a red line running through the story. This red line is helping you to keep on track, shaping the character, which is to be reflected in each room and in the entire house, tying it all together in what will become your universe. I will elaborate a bit more on this going forward. I have also done mistakes, but I've learned from them, such as allowing too many compromises on the choice of interior pieces, for instance, resulting in reducing the all-over feel and the true value of a space. If one invests in a refurbishment or even builds a new house, one should tread carefully when choosing content. Often it's better to choose less, but decide on the best possible at a time and then build slowly from there. I like to share some lessons learned through my years, like how to make an easy plan to step-by-step transform a space, or how to identify what character and style would be most beneficial for the space, and have a clear storyline and then stick to it, or how to identify what makes your space the best for you, making it confident and convincing so you are able to thrive. I also like to highlight the impact of color in relation to light and how it sets the base note for the atmosphere in a room. But lastly, never to forget to make this a fun experience. That feeling will stay in your memory and with your space forever. Much of what I know I've learned the hard way, which you don't have to do because I guide you through the process if you wish me to do so, helping you to identify what best works for you and your home, so you get a faster result with more confidence. The hard way, for instance, would be not to have a clear definition of what the storyline is to be, or not to make a good assessment of all the repair work before the redecorating starts. Understanding the importance of a budget and a time schedule, or to ignore the need of a good clean-out, or not understanding which elements and colors work best in a space, to avoid changing color once the process has started, or check for the existing furniture to be in good proportion to the size of the room. Does it fit well, leaving enough space to freely move about? For an easy way to get a good results, there are also some suggestions. They are really the opposite from the previous ones. Lay out the dream, choose a mood board or PowerPoint, make it as precise as possible to help stay focused and on the goal with a very clear storyline. Line up all the work to be done, also those one believes are out of budget. It's surprising how solutions often can be found if one is well prepared. and identify what color and what materials work best in each room and how they all work together, forming an easy transition from room to room. Again, make a time schedule. It's important to help keep you on track. When well prepared, follow the plan. It takes away a large amount of stress, and one is less likely to change decisions during the redecorating process, which saves time, confusion, and money. The results achieved are due to personal commitment to focus and action taking. And each party involved in the process need to take their responsibility. Let's make it a fun journey. And let's see how the changes will be truly rewarding. Let me tell you some fundamentals about the space we live in, which might not always be understood, but are vital to be aware of for achieving a better result. I highlighted before, every space has its own innate personality. You want to write your story to be in harmony with the one space is representing. That brings the best synergy between the two. This way, space comes alive and to its full strength. Listen, and let space choose what it likes best. It's fun. For example, a room has always a color preference. If you listen to it, it will tell you. The process is magical and might bring surprising results. Space in harmony with color, texture, light, and composition of well-chosen interiors. It's convincing. It's signaling stability. And that's all we want, right? It's vital for our well-being and our growth as individuals. Everything influences everything. There are 3 fundamentals I like to summarize on, and here's the first one. What does space tell us? What is its story? Space is a reflection of the people using it. We expose our values and how we interact with the space we live in. What is the story we want to communicate? How do we start? So, once space is cleared, a base is set for our story to come alive. I like to illustrate this. There was a young boy in his bedroom. A small space crammed with things all over the place, everywhere. Lots of random information pinned on the walls, clothes strewn about. You get the picture. One had the feeling there was no space for him. The parents had difficulties interacting with him. There was lack of engagement and not following house rules, and on. So we had a chat and I asked what his dreams were. It turned out his dreams were wild and wonderful. We then looked at what elements the room needed to help create some of the feelings he aspired to, and I explained how a space is either a hindrance or a friend supporting us. And we talked about the importance of recognizing that each room has its own innate voice. I suggested to find that voice so the room would be able to support him. It would help him find focus in life. He thought it was all a bit odd, but he followed my lead. And then the room was completely cleared. We looked at what wall color would suit the small space best, and it was redecorated, and we brought back the items he needed and loved. Once finished, he started to be much more aware of the effects the space had on him. He even made progress in school and was less reluctant towards his parents. Voila! All in all, a good example and step forward in helping to achieve what we aspire to. Space is our friend, if we care for it. My number 2 would be, what can space do to support our everyday? Space silently lives in duality with us, taken care of. It helps to focus on our day-to-day tasks. To find what space needs to be at its strongest, don't hesitate. Follow your instinct. You know it. Look around in your space. What feels comfortable, what's awkward. A big clean out is always a good start, never to be underestimated. To get rid of as much as possible is important and initiates the momentum for more action. Good thing is, it doesn't cost anything other than time and effort, but it's truly worthwhile. And this might also trigger an inner personal clear-out, a vital momentum to help make room for new ideas and aspirations. While helping space to be freed from unwanted elements, we give ourselves a breather, opening up for new possibilities. I can tell so many stories to prove how happy space creates new momentum for us. For instance, I once had a client who disliked her entrance severely. In fact, was the number 1 on her wish list to be fixed. She said it did not make her happy coming home. So we looked at the entrance, which was gloomy, with a little natural light and additional odd L-shaped corridor at the end, forming a narrow passageway. We decided to give the entrance a light monochrome wallpaper with dancing figures, white sketches on a light grey backdrop, and painted the wall at the end of the walkway a bright yellow, which worked well with the all-over light grey wallpaper. With the yellow at the end of the walkway, we created a focal point and a lift. We placed a black chair against that yellow, creating a contrast, making it into a feature, and it suddenly became a prime spot, like magic. With the charming wallpaper figures along the wall, the client felt she had company when coming home. This might sound trivial, but it matters what space evokes in us. She felt supported and inspired by the new environment, and all of this just because there was a new relationship formed between her and her space. My number 3 would be, what more is space than a mere roof over our head? Space is part of life and acts no different than any other element of it. If it thrives, we feel supported, but the opposite is also true. If space is just taken for granted or even neglected, then confusion reigns in our life. So we better get going for space to support us. Space helps us to be open and curious, to explore new ideas and avenues in life, offering a chance to grow as individuals. Even subtle changes can bring profound results. It's easy. If a room is not balanced, no one wants to stay there for long, and why should they? Balance can be found through many aspects: color, texture, light, furniture, proportion, decoration, art, just to name a few. And everything matters. All the above reflections are interwoven and show the value we express in our homes are actually tightly connected to our life at large. I have elaborated on a few aspects during the last 15 minutes, and I like to summarize. Space reflects our self-image, so take action, declutter. It helps to refocus and strengthen, helps to revisit and follow our core values in life. Set your storyline and find a red thread holding it together. It will help guiding you through the process. Changes can be made on any budget. To get started is the most important. And everyone needs a friend, right? So make space your number 1 companion and watch how it supports you every day, making life into a winner. But old habits die hard, and therefore taking action is important. I only touched on a few basics during this limited time, but if you like to explore more, if you have a dream to pursue, I'd love to invite you to fill out the application at the end of the presentation. We then schedule an appointment for a call where we can elaborate on anything you possibly would want and how to best go about it. I'm excited to assist you finding new solutions for your home. Let good ideas be put into practice, and to get you started, I have a small gift for you to inspire your next step forward. Let me help you to achieve your goal with an easy 5-step plan. Here's the Space Lover's Guide, assisting to create spaces for success. Let's create an inspiring environment for new momentum to take shape, for us to feel strong and well taken care of. Click the button below the video and book a free consultation with me. I'm looking forward to talking with you, helping to find solutions for your home. Let's be empowered. Let's be confident.